Alright, here we go. We're going to do a quick video. Well, it's not going to be quick. We're going to do a few videos going through a access layer and distribution layer sort of switch setup that we're doing here in Walk 5 at Cyber School. The basic setup we're going to have just like we've had before. So you need to make sure you have what? You need this sheet. So I'm going to do exercise 2, right? So you're going to have all this stuff. We'll scroll back and forth. I'm just going to kind of wing it. I'm not sure how I'm going to do all this. And then you've got this, which is the workbook. I also have a paper copy of the workbook right here in front of me. So I might, hopefully I'll click and highlight right as I go, but I might be referring to notes that you can't see. I'll try to verbalize them. So we have these two. What else do we need? So I made a quick outline. Maybe I'll go through this outline really quick. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. I'm going to grab. So we have the workbook. I'm going to grab the actual packet tracer file, and we'll just get started. So this is literally from the PC practices exercise 2. Right, the network diagram's open, and then I've got the packet tracer file right here. I'm of the methodology that just kind of use the workbook as the flow. There's kind of, there's obviously maybe smarter versions or versions that you don't have to touch the switches as much, going in and out of them and all that jazz. But for me, I'm not 100% confident on all the tasks and subjects. And so I just stuck with the workbook. I know it worked. I went through all the exercises once, and it seems okay. So that's kind of the method I'm going to use. So basically, the steps or the segments between these videos, again, I don't know how many they're going to be, are going to be based on like exercises. So the first one, I'm guessing, will have like exercises 1 through 3. The next one will be like 4 through 6, et cetera, et cetera. So the way I set it up, I open this guy up. There's this guy, and then I show all 4. So bear with me while I set these up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the resolution, I guess I could change my resolution, but the resolution's higher at the schoolhouse. And so, I don't know, maybe my setup's not going to work as well here, but whatever. So there they are, they're alive, and then this is like our instructions, right? So for me, once I get this thing wired, these guys in here, these switches, there's really no reason to look at it anymore. So I just stick this over the top of it, and I reference it every now and again. So basically, I'm going to wire it first, according to this drawing, and then we'll go through the setup. So if you notice, the very first thing you do, and this might be a good time to show, so this is obviously the exercises, right, 1 through 16. I made a quick slide deck. Oh gosh, I don't want that. I'll just look at it through here. Kind of how I do this, right? And then just showing kind of what I did in each lab and the order. I only switch one of the orders, but basically this lays it all out. So let's, I'll provide this as well so that you can have a reference of sort of what my mind's thinking if I leave anything out of the video. So, without further ado, let's wire this sucker up. I'm going to go, 11 to 2. Both ways. And then 3 to 10. 3 to 10. Is it 3 to 10? Yep. And then 11, 11, 1, 1. So 11 to 11. 1 to 1, And that's it. So it's wired. So that's like chapter 2, or exercise 2. Right, so exercise 2 done. So then I just throw this sucker on there. And really I don't need even this thing that much, but you know, it's going to be there, whatever. The other thing you need that's very helpful, it's like your intermediate save, or whatever you would call it. I'm going to move these over a little more. Is Notepad. So let's open Notepad. Crunch it to there. This is where all the magic's going to happen. Notepad. Okay, that's fair, I guess. I'll come in just a little bit more. I don't realize how much I like the resolution in the schoolhouse until I don't have it, I guess. I mean, I guess I have it. I can set it that way, but whatever. Okay, so that was 2. 2's done. Let's look at this workbook here. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Cheese and rice. Notepad. Okay. So initial config, right? So the first thing you do is what? Basically the host name, right? So somewhere in this deal, or actually on the sheet. Oh man, I need more space. Is the host name? Does it say it somewhere? I think we all kind of know that it's the building numbers, but where does it say it? Oh, you know what? It says it. I know where it says it. This is embarrassing. It says it right here. Boop. Okay. So per those, you're going to type. Oh, geez. What are we doing here? Host name. Building. So this is 3560. And you have to conf key. Oh, this is embarrassing, guys. 3560. Okay. And then, wow. And then hostname, right? And this is F2, the same thing. It's 3560. Okay. And then this is the building, BLD building. I messed this up earlier. And then one more. And then building. This is a 4.2, and this is a 2960. Okay. And now you can check this really quick by giving it a few, and then I just look at it. Building, yes, building, BLDG, BLDG, BLDG. Okay, so I think they're all basically set up. So that's that first line of this madness. Get over here. I think I'm going to leave them both over there. Okay, so this is where I start to do like the real setup stuff. So I literally type setup. And if you put an exclamation point in front of it, I might even do this so that I can see it visually. Setup. Okay, so enable password, and then the password is stated. Oh, this maybe I'll just put it right here. I don't know. I don't have a good way to do this, gents, because I need to see both. We'll just do it like this. Okay. So the password, right, is somewhere down here. Enable password, right? So the enable password is boink. Service password encryption we can't do because of the way it checks it. The banner. Boink. Sure. The banner. That's right. IP domain. So then we go IP domain name, and then whatever it is. So in here, if I look right here, bink. So, and then no IP domain lookup. This is that one that stops it from looking up forever. Control-Shift-6 will end that, or stop that, interrupt it. So then you just kind of move these along, type them in. The faster you type them, you know, whenever. There's the issue right there. And these are the enable logging, enable debugging every millisecond. Okay, so that's like the first page done, right? So then I do a space or a carriage return so I can see it. Console 0. So the console, if you go here, console password, bing. Login tells it to use it. Timeout. It's a horrible amount of time, but it is what it is. I guess it's ultra secure. So right here we do the VTYs, right? The virtual teletypes. Because I'm doing these, I do the other ones too, the very last ones. That's totally up to you if you want to do that. So V2Ys, it says right here, we're going to do 0 through 3. So 0 through 3. And then password is shown there on the right. We're going to use the login. We're going to time out. We're going to allow logging sync. And we're setting these up as telnet. When you go into a line like V2Y, you're like subdented or indented into it or under it, so you have to exit out of it. So that's why they're always kind of sandwiched like that. And so I'm going to do the other ones. It's going to be 4 through 15, and this is like the last. I'll show you. I think it's 15. Yeah, so right here. This set, I'm just going to do right next to it. So it's 4 through 15. And before you set those up, they need to have a username and password. You can see that guy right here, right? Pink. So just right above it, go username, and put in what I see over here. So username, BLDG, Buildinga. And then carry on. Okay. So inevitably, I'm gonna make a boo-boo. I'm almost sure of it. But it'll be good because then we'll catch it in the when we paste it in. We'll catch it and kind of show how you go about dealing with those dang things. And remember, if they're shorthand, it's because it's an ambiguous term. So as long as it's close enough that it can figure it out, and there's no other term like it that shares the same 1, 2, or 3 characters, or 5, 10, right? As long as some command doesn't share those, it will work. So there's that, right? So just by doing this, I kind of already did 15 as well, right? So 15's done. And notice it's on all devices, so I can just globally paste it on everything. So I'm going to go back now to, like, so this is what I do. I flip back and forth and kind of just make sure I'm tracking. So, and I haven't pasted anything yet. We're about to, though. So we did one, right? We typed all this stuff up. It's all right here. I have the console, I have the banner, I have the domain. So there's that console, the VTY 0 through 3 as the paper says. And then the other ones, which is 4 through 15 right here. And then the VLANs. And it takes me some thought. I have to think about them for too much. I'm sorry, I'm not as smart as you guys, but whatever. This is also the management network. So I set it up in my notepad as its own line item because I'm going to forget it otherwise. So I call this my setup. So now we're going to drop these suckers here. So from here to I'm going to go kind of risky, drop all that at once. So this has to be under the config, right? So notice all these are under this config, so that it will work then, or it will run. Ah, see, so So this took, the banner took, all this stuff took because there's no like caret telling me that it failed, right? So that's nice. All this stuff took, except for this. What is a crypto key? I don't know. What's a crypto key? So, so I correct that here, and I mean, you can just repaste it, and it'll be fine. Or you can repaste that line. I like to repaste the whole thing. So boom, it took all of it this time. So, and I also like, when I put these with the exclamation point in front of it, it ignores it, and it shows me where I last pasted. So that's kind of nice too. Anyway, it took all this stuff, no errors. Took this, so it's all gravy. So there you go. So then it should be fine. Here, fine, here, fine, here. Okay, all four are set up to that point. So now VLAN. VLAN. So int VLAN 1. This is the management network, right? It has an IP address that is given by this. So 41.255. Oh, dang it. Okay. So the thing I do not have in front of me is that sheet. So 29 is 248 down. So 248. That sheet's very handy. So hold on. So I'm typing this. So this is how I make sense of it in my head. So this is entering VLAN 1. I'm typing an IP address with a mask, right? Because it shows it right here. I'm describing it in GMT network, and I'm telling it to turn on, so no shutdown. The thing that matters, though, is this. It has to be a unique sort of IP. It's not a subnet ID. It's an actual host IP. So right here they say first host, second host, third host, fourth host. So this is who's who, the who's who of the switch world. So this is 1, the top left, Bink. Did I get it right? Haha, no bad mask, no whatever. So this is 2. Second host, Bink. Third host, Bink. And last but not least, okay. So those are done. They should be done, right? So go back here. So I've done all the V2Ys consoles. I've done the VLAN. Control Z, you exit, you copy, and you save. So we're going to end, I think I'm going to end the video with this one. So we did 2, we also did 15, and now we would be on VLANs. And VLANs is kind of that point where I skip around. I'll show you real quick. I do 1, which we did. Right? I did each host name manually. I build all this stuff. I do the V2Ys. I did the VLANs individually. And then wired it up. I kind of did this out of order, whatever. And then I skip and I do trunks, VTP, and then I throw in my VLANs to watch them populate like they should. So I think the next 3 videos will be, let's do 4, 5, and 3. Alright. That's not it. Where the heck are we? Oh.